Close your eyes and breathe it in. The air in the social club is a suffocating mix of stale cigar smoke, cold espresso, and the faint, sweet rot of unwashed laundry. You're standing by the door, a local kid with stars in your eyes, watching the men of honor glide past in silk suits that cost more than your father made in a year. This isn't a movie, it's a meat grinder, and you're just the next piece of scrap. Level 1, the Hangaround. You are less than a ghost. You're a gopher. You go for coffee, go for cigarettes, and wash the Cadillac until your knuckles bleed in the winter cold. You fetch sandwiches for the card games in the back room, while the maid men don't even look your way. You are free labor, invisible and expendable. They are testing your silence, smelling for the scent of a rat. Talk too much, and you're gone before you even start. You take 100% of the risk for 0% of the reward. If the feds kick in the door, you're the one they tackle while the bosses vanish through the kitchen. You didn't crack. You kept your mouth shut and your eyes open. Now, you've graduated to the hustle. Level 2, the associate. You aren't in the family yet, but you're working for them. Your life is a 24/7 grind of diesel fumes and adrenaline. You're hijacking trucks at the airport, running illegal sports books, and breaking the fingers of guys who thought they could gamble with the family's money. But here's the rot. You don't keep the spoils. You have to kick up. Every Tuesday, you hand over a fat, grease-stained envelope to the soldier who sponsors you. If you pull in 10 grand, 3 of it goes straight to the man above you. Try to hold out, and you'll find out how deep the river really is. The FBI is sniffing around your tracks because you're hungry and sloppy. If you get pinched, the family doesn't know your name. You go to the hole, you do your time, and you pray your silence is enough to earn you a seat at the table. Years have passed. You did a 3-year stretch in state prison and didn't utter a syllable. You've proven you can generate cash even behind bars. Level 3, the senior associate. You're on record now with a captain. This means you're his property. No other crew can shake you down without answering to him. This is the most claustrophobic time of your life. The bosses are peeling back the skin of your history, looking for a single drop of bad blood. You have to be 100% Italian on your father's side, a pure breed in a world of bastards. They're digging into your family tree, looking for rats, cops, or informants. One stain on your lineage and you're discarded like trash. You have to walk a straight line while living in the gutter. Don't get into bar fights, don't embarrass the family, and don't get greedy. Then, one rainy night, the call comes. Dress up, we're taking a ride. The car stops at a nondescript basement. The room smells of damp earth and old paper. You walk in, and the heavyweights are sitting around a table lit by a single bulb. There's a gun and a picture of a saint. Level 5, the soldier. This is the ritual. They prick your trigger finger with a needle, letting the blood drip onto the image of the saint. As the paper burns in your hands, you take the oath. May I burn like this saint if I betray my friends. Congratulations. You are now a made man. You are untouchable. A civilian can't lay a finger on you. An associate can't even look you in the eye without permission. If someone hits you, they hit the entire organization. But the crown is made of thorns. You now have a crew of hungry associates kicking up to you, and you're supervising the rackets, construction, unions, garbage. You don't break windows anymore. You send a kid to do it. But when the boss says someone needs to go, you grab your work bag and you handle it. Refusal is a death sentence. Some guys have a talent for numbers. You have a talent for the grotesque. Level 6, the enforcer. You are the family's nightmare mechanism. When the diplomacy fails and the debt remains unpaid, they send the man who smells like copper and lime. You're a specialist in disappearing problems. You know which chemical plants have the strongest acid vats and which construction sites are pouring 5 inches of fresh concrete on a Tuesday morning. You are the shadow in the basement that keeps the money flowing. You are feared by the enemies and even more by your own crew. It's a lonely, cold existence. People stop talking when you enter the room. They need you to do the dirty work, but they don't want the stench of your trade on their silk suits. You are the necessary monster, living in a world of blood and silence, waiting for the day your own specialty is used on you. Suddenly, the hierarchy shifts. Your captain gets hit with a Ryko charge, has a heart attack, or the feds are parked outside his house 24/7. He points at you, level 7, the acting Capo. You're the substitute teacher with the power of life and death. You're running the crew, but everyone knows the seat is still warm for the real owner. This is a razor-edge walk. You have to keep the envelopes fat for the captain while he's away, keeping his pockets lined so he doesn't feel forgotten. But don't do too good of a job. If the money flows too well, the captain might get jealous. He might think you're trying to steal his throne. You have to be the boss without looking like you want to be the boss. It's a game of ego and management, where one wrong move makes you a threat that needs to be neutralized. The acting tag is gone. You are the skipper. Level 8, the captain. You run a crew of 10 soldiers and hundreds of associates. You own a territory, Maybe a slice of Brooklyn or a port in Jersey. You are a mid-level executive in a corporation of crime. You don't touch the drugs or the guns anymore. You manage people and their greed. Your primary job is to be the human shield for the boss. You meet your soldiers in parks, malls, or walk and talks to avoid the microphones. You settle the beefs, you divide the spoils, and you make sure the tax is paid. If the economy crashes or the feds raid your gambling den, the boss doesn't care. You still owe him his package every week. If you stop earning, you're not fired, you're executed. You're the judge and the ear, but you're also the one with the biggest target on your back for every ambitious soldier below you. Above the noise of the street, there are the thinkers. Level 9, the messenger. You are the shadow diplomat. When families are on the brink of war, they send you. You carry messages that can never be written down, negotiating peace over espresso, while the FBI watches from across the street. Then there's level 10, the conciliere. You are the counselor, the third man in the room. You don't have a crew or a territory, you have the boss's ear. You're often a lawyer or a strategist who thinks like one. You're the only one allowed to tell the boss he's being a fool. When he's blinded by rage and wants to start a war, you're the one who talks about the business and the heat. You are the mediator, the cool head in a room full of hot lead. You aren't a threat to the throne, you are the reason the throne still stands. You are the VP of operations, the COO of the underworld. Level 11, the underboss. The boss sets the vision. You make the blood flow in the right direction. Every captain reports to you. You collect the master envelopes and settle the disputes that are too big for the street. If the feds are building a case, you're the layer of insulation they hit first. You are the shield that keeps the boss out of a cage. But everyone knows you're the heir apparent. If the boss dies or goes away, the crown is yours. That makes you the #1 target for every jealous captain who thinks he could do it better. You have to be strong enough to crush a rebellion, but submissive enough not to scare the man at the head of the table. You're living in a gilded cage, waiting for a promotion that usually comes with a funeral. You made it. You survived the street wars, the decades in the hole, and the knives in the back. Level 12, the boss. You are the father, the ghost at the head of the table. You never touch a gun, and you never touch a dollar bill. You whisper an order to your underboss, and 3 days later, a rival vanishes from the face of the earth. You sit on the commission, the board of directors that divides the country like a Thanksgiving turkey. You have total power, but you have zero peace. Your best friend wants your seat. The FBI has a dedicated task force whose only goal in life is to see you die in a cell. There is no retirement. There is no walking away. You stay on the throne until the very end, whether that's in a hospital bed, a prison bunk, or face down on the pavement outside a steakhouse. This is the life you chose. This is the rot you earned.